We're going to talk a little bit about problem in the USA. Suicide. This is a coin that was phrased by our CEO, Melissa Boston. And the meaning is we are digging our graves with our fork. You'll see the two pictures on the screen, original diet and our new diet. Now, the original diet consists of fruits and vegetables, and it was brought to us from our ancestors who were healthy. And when we eat it, we are healthy. The new diet, it came along when stoves, microwaves, and of course, all of the little stands that sell you the things that's showing this, all of the restaurants, all of the fast food. We need to get back to the original diet simply because we have created a new generation of children that will leave this earth before us simply because of the new diet. So we're going to talk a little bit about the silent killer. In 2020, nearly 700,000 people died from cardiovascular disease. About 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent. The damage is done, but the person is not aware of it. So we need to work on doing a little better at correcting this because, number one, an alarming number of our 14 to 19-year-olds are showing as much as 40% blocked arteries. And that's a sad situation that we can start working on correcting it right now. The age 45. Do you know the significance of the age 45? For those of us that might be 45, and that is not me, that are African Americans, let me just tell you what we need to know. The dangerous level of arteriosclerosis. I might be saying that wrong. Come on out, Dr. Roz. Give me the right pronunciation.
Atherosclerosis.
Atherosclerosis level. I wanted to make sure that you all knew that correct pronunciation. Look at these arteries. You are twice as more likely to die from heart disease. And this is showing you the clean artery all the way over to the blocked artery. So which would you rather have? And this is happening in the level of when you're 45 years old. We may look good on the outside. We probably look awesome. But what we need to learn, what is going on in our cells. And that's what's below the level. That's what's inside of us. And that's what we need to learn about. There are 5 top health-related problems impacting our communities. We're going to talk about them. Number 1, do you know your blood type? Your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity than race, culture, geography. It is a genetic blueprint for who you are and a guide to how you can live most healthfully. Akana is on a mission. It is committed to helping 1 million families learn their blood type within the next 18 months. And we're working hard to do that, ladies and gentlemen. There are 4 blood types. Now, O is the oldest one. It's been around before any of the other ones. A, B, O, and AB. This is a powerful genetic fingerprint that identifies you as surely as your DNA. And I'm going to take a moment and just give you a little information about the blood type. A is for a agrarian society. This society focused on farming, livestock, leading to a more stable community. B is for balance. It developed as humans migrated north into colder, harsher regions like Pakistan and India. O, as I said, is the oldest blood type, originating from Africa, and they migrated to Europe and Asia in search of game. They were hunters and gatherers and top survivors in the food chain. They had a fierce, strong immune system ready to destroy any threat, whether it was friend or foe. And then we have the ABs. It is for modern, rare, and found in less than 5% of the population. It emerged from intermingling type A Caucasian with type B Mongolian, and it's our newest blood type. It symbolizes modern life, complex and unsettled. It's the delicate offspring of a rare union between the tolerant type A and the once barbaric and balanced type B. We have a sophisticated immune system. If we don't know it, let me tell you, we have it. The immune system that identifies whether a substance in the body is friend or foe. One method involves a group of chemical markers called antigens, and these are found on the cells of our body. One of the most powerful antigens in the human body is the one that determines blood type. Your blood type is the key to your body's entire immune system. It controls the influence of viruses, bacteria, infection, chemical stress, and the entire assortment of invaders and conditions that might compromise your immune system. Our blood type, let me tell you, it determines how food interacts with your cells. Your blood type is the single most important determinant in how your body interacts with food you eat. And if those foods will cause inflammation, digestive problems, and or weight gain. And if we're eating against our blood type, this is what can happen. When we eat foods containing protein lectins that are incompatible with our blood type antigens, the lectins target an organ or bodily system and begin to agglutinate blood cells in that area for disposal. We create highly carcinogens. Come on, Dr. Roz, say it for me so they'll have the right word.
Carcinogenic.
Carcinogenic substance in our body when we regularly consume food that are high in lectin, animal protein. Is it something you would like to add to that or tell us a little more?
Well, the thing is that it's when we talk about these lectins that you're talking about, we don't recognize first and foremost what foods cause them. And our immune system, this is something God gave us. Our Creator created us with a wonderful design for our immune system that's designed when we eat certain foods or just the environment that's not good for us, toxins that come, 95% of them are just sloughed off. I mean, like water off a duck's back, it just goes away. And then 5% of those are filtered in the bloodstream, where they react with it and destroy the red and white blood cells. But the thing is, that's when you have a healthy immune system. Now let's think about COVID. COVID, people who got attacked with COVID had an unhealthy immune system. Maybe they were diabetics or high blood pressure. So that means that 95% wasn't sloughed off, wasn't rejected, there wasn't a battle or a shield keeping those lectins from harming us. So now when your immune system is compromised, that 95% becomes 50%. Or maybe it becomes 5%. And 95% is going through the bloodstream causing what? Disease. And that's what's taking place. So there's some consequences. There are consequences of eating against our blood type. As she said, agglutination. When we talk about clumping, causing blood clots. You ever talk to somebody one day and the next day they had a heart attack or had a stroke or had an aneurysm? Well, a clumping of bacteria or red cells when held together by the antibodies or the agglutins, that's what agglutination is. That's why we need to know. If you're here and you don't know your blood type, that's where it all starts. So what do we need to do, Ms. Anna?
Learn your blood type. We need to break the generational cycle. The power is in our hands to do so by knowing our blood type, by going back to eating like we should to save the generation that is going to leave this earth before us. And I want you to know, if you're O blood type and you're trying to give blood to someone, it may not work. If I get the wrong blood, it could kill me. And if I eat the wrong food, or if you eat the wrong food, it could be slowly killing you. So here's a sample avoid list for the blood types. Now you can see it, so I'm just going to tell you a few. If you're an A, tomatoes, shrimp, bananas, that is an avoid for you. Now, B, the chicken, the avocados, the lobster, that's an avoid for you. Okay, my O's, catfish, oranges, wine. Hold up, let me just come back. Wine, white wine, white
Thank you.
wine. So calm down. Cashews, those are on the avoid list. ABs, you've got some of what A can't have and what B can't have. There's the chicken, there's the bananas, the black beans, as Dr. Roz says, don't shoot the messenger, the shrimp. But the good part, we're ready. We're providing you the list that is you can have lists. So we'll be looking at that instead of worrying about what's on the avoid list.
So, Ms. Anna, don't you have some experience with this as it relates in your family, as finding out what your blood type is and how it affected your family?
Yes. Let me tell you just a little bit. My daughter is an AB blood type. Had no idea whatsoever. Back in 2016, she was hit with Crohn's disease. And for those of you that don't know what Crohn's is, it's a disease of your digestive system, your complete digestive system. She was so sick that she was in the hospital for almost a whole year. And for the last 7 years, she spent at least a week or 2 weeks in the hospital. If they go to the medical center and bring up Crohn's right now, her name is going to pop up and it will show that she had the worst case they have ever been involved with. But now, due to God and Akana, we on board. We use all of Akana's things to keep us healthy. We are plant-based. But a little bit more so you can learn a little more about eating for your blood type. This book was released in 1996 by Dr. Peter J. D. Come on, Dr. Roz. What's his last name?
Diadamo.
Diadamo. And you're probably thinking, I'm not familiar with that book. Well, since you're not familiar with it, I am just learning about the fact. And you're saying, why am I just learning that food impacts my blood cells based on blood type? Well, okay, I'm going to tell you why. If it isn't taught in medical school or created by Big Pharma, it isn't promoted in the United States. So that's why you don't know. And it's a big business that for business equals profit over people. I'm going to let Dr. Roz give you a little more information about that.
Yeah, big business. I mean, we live in a society where if they're not making profit, and there's teachings that I've done that they don't want us healthy, guys. And if you're here this morning, if you're watching this, understand, sometimes people say, well, I don't believe in this blood type thing because it's not scientifically proven yet, or I'm waiting on the FDA. Well, let me tell you something. We have been waiting throughout our lifetime. When we go back to cigarettes, I used to see these commercials on television, and the superstars and the movie stars had this cigarette out the corner of their mouth, and we thought it was a good thing. Even many of us, when we grew up, we couldn't wait to be able to have a cigarette. My parents had those old time Raleigh Filter King. And then all of a sudden, one day, there's a package on the back of the cigarette saying, this is harmful to you, this is cancerous to you. Why do we have to keep waiting for them to agree with what's wrong and have people die? I mean, trans fats, let's think about this. How many of you remember we talked about butter, and then all of a sudden they said, don't do butter, do margarine. And then all of a sudden they said, okay, no, don't do margarine. And now they take all the commercials off and it's banned because of trans fats. And now in this era, the 5G, the towers are everywhere. And they're finding out it's even leading us to another type of diabetes, type 3. And even kids that are wearing the earpods in their ears 24/7, they're saying that it's leading them to cancer. You know, we've got to recognize, we've got to take control and realize GMOs, genetically modified foods. Oh, it's the craving. It's made foods last a long time, but it's doing harm to our bodies. And let's not even go into milk. What's the biggest lie they told us? Milk does the body good. Listen, dairy products are known to contribute to mucus production. And that's often triggering cold-like symptoms or allergies that the body reacts to. Nature has equipped every species, including humans, with all the nourishment that we need. But guys, we're the only species that consumes the milk of another species. What is it? The calf drinks milk from the mother, cow, right? We drink milk from our mother's breast. And after that, it's an unnatural habit. To drink milk from another species, that's creating what? An acidic environment. And we understand, this is what scientists have told us, cancer cannot thrive in an alkaline environment. But when we have an acidic environment, cancer thrives there. So we're creating this ourselves. We've got to learn from the countries who adapted the blood type diet. I mean, Japan was one of the first countries to see that book and say, okay, let's do this. But not in the USA, because guess what? Big Pharma, the pharmaceutical companies, they're not saying we want to adapt this because why? This would cause too many more people to be healthy and they would lose money. And the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the age expectancy, the life expectancy. In the Japanese have a life expectancy of 84.6. Here in the United States, what is our life expectancy? The average is 76 years of age before dying. And then if you take it further to our community, the African Americans, it's even lower than that. It's 71.8. So there is evidence. And despite all this anecdotal evidence that shows millions of people have reported positive improvements by adhering to the blood type practices, some people are still rejecting it. So what do we have to do? We've got to follow a blood type diet. And that's why you're here today. That's why you're watching this. That's why somebody loves you enough to want to influence you enough to be able to take a look at this, because you can protect yourself from common viruses and infections and take a stand against life-threatening diseases. You literally can achieve your ideal weight, slow the aging process, and cleanse your body of toxins and unhealthy fat.
The Bible full of jive now.
Now, up until this point, we've talked about, everything we've talked about has been letting us know, number one, do you know your blood type? Now let's talk about the second health condition that we're attacking here at Akana, oxidation. Because researchers have finally, and this is kind of new information, they've identified that one of the most important contributors to heart disease and wrinkles and cancer and arthritis and many other problems associated with getting older is oxidation. And all of us have experienced oxidation. Take the banana, sit it on your cabinet, and let it sit and watch it begin to turn brown. That's oxidation. Take the apple, cut it in half, sit it there. It turns brown. That's oxidation. So what are we doing? We're rusting on the inside of our bodies. So there are things that we can do about that. Mainly is to have fruits and vegetables because they are what? Antioxidants. Look, you hear that? Stop oxidation with having something that's antioxidant. We've got kids right now who really, some of them don't eat fruits and vegetables unless they eat a hamburger that has some lettuce and tomatoes on it. But we got to understand that fruits and vegetables are loaded with plant compounds called phytonutrients. Those have antioxidant abilities, and some phytonutrients have shown to disable cancer-causing substances as well. We can put an end to this. We can cause all of these diseases to become rare diseases. That's the second one. The third one is omega-3. We need omega-3. Now, there are several omegas that you may not be aware of, omega-3, 6, 7, and 9. We get a whole lot of omega-6 every day. And when you go through the fast food line, when you eat at the restaurant, you get all kind of omega-6 fatty. Now, our body naturally produces omega-6, but we don't get enough omega-3. And anytime you don't naturally get something, you've got to give yourself omega-3 through the broccoli, through the salmon, through the walnuts. All these things that you see here on the screen, you've got to have more of them in your diet. Because when you're deficient in omega-3, it's causing the increased risk of heart attacks and strokes and high blood pressure. The deficiency is causing the risk of depression and anxiety and Alzheimer's and dementia. The deficiency of omega-3 has all these negative effects in our lives, accelerating the progression of diabetes and arthritis, cancer, autoimmune diseases, as well as weight gain, obesity, metabolic syndrome, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Even the deficiency of omega-3 is weakening our immune function, making the body more susceptible to infections and increasing the risk of osteoporosis. When we see people falling and I can't get it up, listen, check out what is their level of omega-3. And then the fourth health issue that we really want to be focused on here at Akana to give people their health back is their gut. Did you know that 70% of your immune system is in your gut? See, if we had better gut health, we wouldn't have had a COVID problem. Your gut, your microbiome, that's your gut. We've got to protect our gut by having more fiber, more prebiotics, more probiotics, and to detoxify our gut. And then number 5, oh my God, oh, I know you don't want to see the creepy crawlers. You don't want to think that there may be some down inside of you, but if you've been eating meat for any period of time, again, don't shoot the messenger. There's some parasites. And those parasites, their job is to rob your blood and your body of the nutrients that you might be eating. They're robbing you of that. They're blocking those arteries. So we've got to eliminate those parasites because parasites cause chronic infections. Parasites cause mental health. And they've even had autopsies that have revealed the presence of parasites in various organs like the brain, the liver, and the lungs. And the individuals did not even know. They were not even suspected to be even infected by parasites. So literally, you can be watching this and have parasites. See, these findings suggest that parasites can literally exist in the body without causing noticeable symptoms, leading to a silent invasion that gradually impairs your organ function over time. So we're going to share with you solutions, okay? We've talked about the problems, but we're going to give you solutions. But we've got to let you know this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information that we provides herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or your healthcare professionals. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or having a medical condition, please consult with your healthcare provider. Anytime you're taking any nutritional supplements, you should do this. And even though we have wonderful results, we have people that they make the claims, we don't. Individual results may vary. So let's talk about this, Ms. Anna. Let's talk about, we're targeting these 5 key areas. What do we have here at Akana to help people?
The world's first flat belly fuel. the chocolate fusion, and it helps with omega fatty acid, antioxidant protection, blood type support, eliminates parasite, gut health, prebiotics, and probiotics, and fiber. And what's in it? We're introducing it. Like I said, it's fueled with chocoberry fusion. We've already told you that it targets 5 areas, but it's even more information we want you to find out about it. It has our awesome Akana Arona berry in it. It's already there for us. And if you look at these figures, it's other berries. There's elderberry, blueberry, noni, all of these fruits. But there again, look at the scores. Akana Arona berry has an ORIC score of 40,000. And you may say, what's the ORIC score? What does that mean? It helps us to understand how effective a berry or food is at protecting our cells from damage caused by harmful substance in our bodies. The higher the score, the better they are at keeping us healthy. So this lets you know how great it's going to be or how great it is. And it tastes good too. And of course, you want to know what our vision is. Our vision is a world where every individual has access to nutrition and resources that they need to thrive, leading to healthier and a wealthy and a more resilient communities. We are aspiring to be a catalyst for global change, fostering a future free from the limitations of disease and poverty, where every corner of the globe flourishes. And our goal is to create blue zone communities, not just out in the community, but in our homes. You're saying, well, what is a blue zone? There are only 6 blue zones, now 7 in the whole world. And the only one that is in the United States is Loma Linda. And what does blue zone mean? This is 6 areas in the world where people eat far less animal meat and they live longer than the average person. And don't we want to live as long as we possibly can and not just live, but be healthy while we're living? Come on now.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about these blue zones, Miss Anna, it's they're doing the things to cause them to live 90 plus years, 100 years of age, and they're thriving. See, I want to live to be 100, but I don't want you pushing me in a wheelchair or having to feed me or I've lost my cognition. And these are people that are, some of them are growing their own chickens, but those chickens are eating grass, not corn, right? So they're riding bicycles, they're exercising, they're living stress-free lives. So can you understand why we're focused on helping you? You're watching this. Your goal now is to create your own blue zone. And the way that we do that is first by detoxifying the body. We talked about the parasites. We talk about the lack of omega-3 and too much omega-6. So we've got to detoxify our blood cells. And the way that we have decided, the easiest way to get you started is through our bitters detox. Bitters, and I was the first to say, okay, bitters, even the name thinks, man, what? But when you understand what bitters does for your body, there are certain cultures that bitters is a part of their weekly routine. Because what does bitters do? It boosts the digestion by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes, bile, and stomach acid. Bitters regulates your appetite and helps to reduce your craving. So if you're a craver, you crave the sweets, you crave something gets you up in the morning, in the middle of the night to go and get the ice cream, you got to do bitters. It supports your liver detoxification by filtering out the toxins. We're all getting toxins. When we walk out of our door, there are toxins in the air, toxins in our food. Bitters helps to eliminate the fat-soluble toxins through the digestive system. It helps to alkalize the body. There's that word again, alkalize. and reduce inflammation. Bitters helps to improve the microbiome, the gut. We wanted to improve our gut, didn't we say that? By promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria and inhibiting harmful bacteria. This is a great way to get started. And then depending on what your goals are, if your goal is to really take your health to the next level, then we have other ways for you to escalate that while we offer a 7 or 21-day raw cleanse. And you can get back with the person that invited you. They'll take you through this journey because that's what it is. It's a process. So Ms. Anna, let's talk about the bitters. Help them know how they can get started with their bitters detox.
All you have to do is boil 4 ounces of water.
40.
40, I'm sorry, ounces of water. Then remove the water completely from the heat. You're going to place a tea bag in the water. And this bag is the pitcher. That's what's in that bag. It's a tea bag. And you're going to allow the water to seep for at least 8 hours. And then you're going to refrigerate it, preferably in a glass jar. Excuse me. You're going to consume 8 ounces once a day or 4 ounces twice daily. And then you're going to follow the bitter blood type meal plan, which you will receive. You can download it. Steer clear of sugar and refined carbs, and because these can hamper the overall effectiveness of it. And this is just a 4-day detox. And it's going to help reset your digestive system, support liver functions, and eliminate toxins, leaving you feeling lighter and more energized.
And then Ms. Anna, what we're going to give people and make sure that they understand, you said it earlier, although there are things that you should avoid or at least minimize when you learn what your blood type is, we're going to give you a yes list. We called it your medicine list. I mean, you know, rather than taking this pill over here and a pill over here, we want you to use food, let food be your medicine. So we're going to give you your yes list that you can actually download according to whatever your blood type is. Like you're looking at this one, and it shows you what are the foods, everything out here you can have. What are the foods that you can have? And it even has a guide to let you know based on colors, those things that are in the green, those are things you want to have all the time, regularly. And then we got some things in the yellow that let you know, okay, it's okay to have it, but you know, you want to minimize how often you have it, but you can have it. So this is your yes list. And if you're an A, you'll get one for A's, you'll get one for the B's, you'll get one for the O's, and you'll have your own private yes list for the ABs. Put it on your microwave, take away the microwave, really, right? Put it on your refrigerator, everywhere, because we want you to get started. And if you're here today and you don't know your blood type, we got 2 kits. The first kit would be for you, blood type starter kits, because you need to know your blood type. You need your yes list. You need your bitters so you can get started detoxing. And then we're going to let you try a sample of what we call our fuel. You heard of this. This is the first time that you can have something that's proactive to help you prevent after you finish the detox to have on a regular basis. I'm going to let you try it out. Because once you try it out, you're going to want to use it month after month, because what it is a meal replacement. Now, if you're here and you already know your blood type, then kit number 2 is for you, with all the same items, except with the exception of the tester, because you already know your blood type. But then there's some of you that say, okay, but what about my omega-3? What about my gut? What about my vitamins deficiency? I need to know that too. Well, guess what? We've got you. We've got what we call a comprehensive health test. Now, it includes everything I just talked about, that blood type starter kit. But it also includes and gives you a voucher so that you can get with one of our wellness coaches in any place all over the country. And if they're not in your area, guess what? You got a whole year to use that voucher. You may want to fly to them. You may want to meet up with them somewhere. And you want to find out about your omega-3 panel. In 2 minutes, they'll let you know what's going on so you can know what foods to add to your diet, but you can't know where you need to go if you don't know where you are. You need to know what's going on with your digestive tract. Why are you feeling inflammation? Why are you bloated all the time? Why are you not digesting properly? Why are you not going to the bathroom enough? And then you need to know what's causing so many diseases, the lack of certain vitamins and minerals. This test that's over $1,000 in value if you were to go get it done somewhere to let you know about your heart, your liver, your kidneys. We're going to let you get this test and the blood type starter kit for as little as $189. How powerful is that? How powerful is that? And then remember, I told you that you're going to get a chance to taste our fuel, put it in your shake and things. So if you decide, which I think you should, I'm taking it every day now, the flat belly fuel, put that thing on auto ship because you don't want to run out of it. You don't want to question whether you have to get it or not. You got to go back and order it. If you choose to put that flat belly fuel on auto ship, we're going to drop that 189 to just 109. And you're going to get everything. You're going to get the comprehensive test that I talked about with the bioscan. You're going to get the whole blood type starter kit. You're going to get the flat belly fuel. And this won't just be a sample this time. You're going to get a full pack of the flat belly fuel for the 30 days. And you're going to get a whole family blood type digital download because you may have some A's and some B's in your family, or somebody else might be an O, somebody else might be an AB. So you need all of it. But we don't stop there, Miss Anna. Don't we have some other products here at Akana?
This is a list of our additional products we offer. We've got the CBD pain cream, extreme pain cream, with 400 milligrams of pain relief in this jar. But we also have, in addition to that, we have tinctures that go along with that. The tinctures, we have the 900 hemp MD, the 500, the 300, all these bring your body into balance and they relieve discomfort also. We also have the skincare. This picture here is showing the Holy Glow skincare for your face. But in with that, you can also get the Holy Glow mask and you can get the moisturizer that keeps your skin very clean and soft and supple on your face. And then you have the hair care. The hair care, this is the hemp powered hair. It helps your hair to grow and to glow. And in addition to that, with the hair care, we have a 3-in-1 product. It's the shampoo. You can use this shampoo to not only wash your hair, but you can take a shower with it. It clarifies your skin, your face. You can use it on your face. It is awesome. And then, of course, our weight loss program. This bag is showing our detox for the 7 and 21-day cleanse. The essential oils, oh, they're awesome. When we talk about the essential oils, we got black seed, we got tea tree, and all of these. The tea tree, it repels, it's like an antiseptic for minor cuts, and it repels insects. The black seed, it can be used to help your hair health, your skin health. And then we have the the peppermint. It helps and provides relief from your sinuses. This is just to name a few of them. So, I mean, you can go to any of our websites and see all these and more. And I'm a product of the product. Everything that I've talked about here on this picture, I've used, and I can tell you it works.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we've got what you need for your health and your wellness. So get back with the person that invited you, because even with our blood type, it's already been estimated that 1 to 5% of Americans who are aware. Now, that's the key word, aware of their blood type. So I'm gonna go back to the original question. Do you know your blood type? When you're aware of it, many have already experimented with the blood type diet. And we have so many testimonies of people, once they experience it, all of a sudden, what happens? The inflammation is gone. All of a sudden, I'm feeling better. So our job is to help 1.5% of the United States. So every time we do one of these presentations, there are 3 kinds of people that are watching it. There's that person who says, okay, I get this. This makes sense. Let me place my order. So you get back with the person, they've got a website, they're going to place your order and get you started, and we'll help you as a community. Then there's that second person who says, I'm understanding this, but I need a little more information. Well, guess what? We're going to answer your questions. We're going to get your questions answered. So you get back with that person and get those questions answered. But then there's that third person. And that third person is the person that I want you to put on your thinking cap and your business cap. Because I just want you to think about 5 million people in the world, right? I just want you to think about these numbers because you're a numbers person. It makes sense to you when it comes to business now. If 5 million people at $50, which is our base price, that equals $250 million in sales. And if that 10% of those people go on auto ship, which means that they want that fuel or they want some of our other products on a regular basis, then that's going to equal $3 million every single month, just at that $50. But let's just be realistic. 80% of them reject you. Well, guess what we're going to do? We're still going to impact 1 million people. And that's our goal because we're on a campaign to break the world record, the Guinness Book of World Records, of 1 million people knowing their blood type. And we're going to take it even further and go to 1 million families. So if you're watching this and you've been looking for a place to plant your flag or a place to get involved, well, I'm going to give you statistics that Akana didn't come up with. This is the S curve that's listed anywhere on the internet that talks about 80% of the wealth of the company. Who gets it? The first 100 to 150,000 people that get involved with it. In other words, it's the folk that start on the ground floor. Just think about certain companies back in your day, in your lifetime. Amway. Who made the wealth of the company? Mary Kay, Avon, Metamucca. I mean, the list goes on and on. When you think about people who became millionaires, when did they start with those companies? Not getting in Mary Kay today, but when it was in the ground floor, in the formulation and pioneering stages. Well, hello, that's where we are. So you're in the right place at the right time. I know that's a cliche, but it's a truth. Because we haven't hit momentum yet. We're still formulating and we're pioneering. We're still setting things in place and putting things in order. But when we hit momentum, and we will hit momentum, those of you that make a decision to join and lock arms with us, you'll be a part of that first 100 to 150,000 people that earn up to 80% of the wealth of the company. Harvard Business School says, when you're choosing a company, first pick a company that's at least 18 months old because 90% of them fail their first 18 months. Not here. We thrived during the middle of a pandemic. And we're almost 6 years old, April of next year. Harvard says also, if a company has less than 500,000 people, it's a great opportunity. Well, guess what? We have less than 500,000 people. Matter of fact, we got about 32,000 customers and maybe about 4,000 distributors, right? But they said if it's less than 100,000, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Hello, somebody? This is the opportunity of a lifetime. So if you're here for the very first time, if you're watching this for the very first time, listen, we welcome you today. We're excited about your presence. Whoever invited you, they're excited about your presence. And Miss Anna, I think they need to become a part of the family.
I think so too.
All right, so we're so glad to have you guys. Listen, we're going to stop